if y'all want to know why we're watching this shit, it's
It's more Genshin.
Don't look on this side of the screen. Look at that side. Yeah. So, over the last almost 2 months, Nick has gone deep into the Genshin Impact hole.
I just fully refined my first weapon today.
Yes.
I have a 5-star, or not a 5-star, it's a 4-star, but it's a fully refined Favonius sword for Zenitro.
The whole thing with Nick getting into Genshin Impact, I remember when he started. I remember when he started, I heard him say these exact words. I swear to God, if after all this work I don't get Hutao, I am never playing this again. He did not get Hutao, but yet he is still playing.
I was just like, you know what? I had a lot of fun trying to get her, so fuck it.
So, needless to say, you're not the only one who fell down the hole of Genshin Impact. Mm-hmm. Apparently, so did Imrichu. But
this was a year ago. But I just saw it recently. So
yeah.
I was like, we need to react to that.
And here we are.
Therefore, he put it on the Discord.
Yes,
so we
this
must
is a
react
request
to
from
it.
Nick. So if y'all want to know why we're watching this shit, it's
more Genshin.
Don't look on this side of the screen. Look at that side. Yeah.
Because I want to see what pretty animator lady has to say about Genshin.
I know what she's gonna say. She's like, it was fun, addicting, but fun.
It is now flooding into the reaction
And I am now like, and I guarantee you, she's gonna be like, and I'm never playing it again because of the amount of a time sink it was. Because I'm a busy animator and I got shit to do.
Or she still plays it. You don't know.
I don't know. I would wager she probably doesn't, given how busy her schedule is.
We shall see.
Anyway, here we go.
So, it's been a while. I know I'm super late to the Genshin bandwagon, but there is a very good reason for this. For the past year or so, I've been watching my loved ones descend into this Genshin craze like a contagious fever, looking for their next hit of serotonin with every successful 5-star pull. And I knew if I were to partake, it'd be the death of me and my already slow upload schedule. Emily, look at how pretty this game is. Look at the environment, the colors. Emily, look, there's a cute little fairy that follows you around. Look at how gorgeous the character designs are. Look at this Zhongli fan cam, Emily. You would love this game. Yeah, I know I'd love it. That's why I can't touch it. Listen, it's gonna be like the K-pop poll all over again. I have a lot of stuff to do, like all the time, and not nearly enough time in the world to do it. These characters are very, very pretty. Wow, look at that. But I'm not willing to risk neglecting my work for this game. You would have to pay me to make me mess up my sleep schedule even more.
We will sponsor you.
I wasn't expecting that.
We will sponsor you.
Touche.
Be like,
we'll
Nick
pay
is
you
not
to
sponsored,
play.
but he would be happily
Yeah, exactly.
able to take that.
Hit me up, my ho-yo.
We will sponsor you.
Okay, wait, hold on. So you're telling me that I could start playing this game, and it would count as working?
Precisely.
Well, sign me the fuck up. This is my anime 2D fantasy world game. Let's go. And yes,
She's turned
this
herself
video
into
is
Lumine.
the fact that you know the character.
sponsored by Genshin Impact. Woo! I'm sure you
Of course I
already
know the
know,
character's
so
name.
I'll
It's the main
explain.
fucking
But
character.
Genshin Impact BakaBread is an open-world action RPG where you climb, swim, glide, and fight your way
But
through
I know
7
pretty
regions
much every
of this
character in the
huge
game at
world,
this point.
with beautifully designed characters that each control one of 7 different elements. In the
Ayaka,
new Inazuma update, you'll get to uncover mysteries in the final chapter
Other
of
traveler, the male traveler. It's
Inazuma
Ether.
Archon Quest, and unlock new characters
Raiden.
like Raiden Shogun, the Electro Archon Supreme Ruler of Inazuma, who's perfect
Who pulls
for
a sword
you
out
if
of her
you're really
tits.
into the type of woman who could kick your ass and intimidate you into submission.
What? She does. Go back. You can see her do
He
it.
got so excited.
I saw it. I don't need to re-see it. No one out there needs to re-see it because you reiterated it the moment it happened. If they want to see it again, they can happily go back and watch it again. But no, I will not have it. I am not turning this president's daughter around. I am keeping this ship going, damn it. Onward.
If you can't tell, I think Nate's just slightly done with my amusement with this game.
Here's the thing.
We're all
I
done
don't.
with it.
I am not against people who say want to play video
Yeah,
games.
go
I'm
ahead,
not.
but-
I'm okay. But Genshin Impact, once again,
It's a hole.
it is not just a hole. It's an obsession.
I'm
The amount of people who said that they would willfully just like abandon everything if they could just play Genshin Impact all the time. It's almost like the WoW craze back in the early to mid 2000s.
It feels similar to WoW, yeah.
Yes. Oh, and here's the other thing too.
It's like you just don't have like the same thing with WoW where you're like talking to like other people in the game all the time and stuff.
Yeah.
Mostly I'm talking to people outside of the game about the game that also play.
But I will say this about Genshin. It is very lovely looking. The combat looks interesting. Breath of the Wild did it first.
Another electro
Oh no, they
character you could
didn't.
potentially
Combat
get-
Genshin's better than Breath of the Wild. You can fight me all you want.
Oh shit.
I didn't say it was better. I just said,
Here we go.
I will reiterate once again, Breath of the Wild did it first.
Except they didn't. Because it's actually way different. They didn't copy Breath of the Wild.
In terms of like how everything else works in the world too, the climbing, the traversal, how the game
the
looks.
climbing. Yes, the climbing. Yes, they copied the climbing.
And and also the glider.
Me.
I'm gonna say it's just a Chinese company that borrowed a shit ton of assets from a bunch of
You
other
could
games.
say
Oh,
you
did I
could say that Breath
out
of the
loud?
Wild copied the glider from Far Cry.
No, because the glider in Breath of the Wild is much more effective than the one in Far Cry.
Yeah, I guess.
But either way, though,
It's still a better, more alive world that actually is more interesting than Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I don't care if I piss off Breath of the Wild fans. That game was boring as shit compared to the other Zelda games.
okay.
It was.
To you, to other people out there, they basically
They played a different game than I did. Everybody says that world was alive and full of stuff to do, and I was like, where?
I guess you just weren't looking hard enough.
That is
Apparently they hit it
Kudosara,
pretty
the
good.
leader of the Tenryou Commission's forces and a stern and ruthless bow user who could also kick your ass. And of course, there's Sango Nomiya Kokumi, the divine priestess and supreme leader of Watatsumi
Mermaid
Island,
pajamas.
which is actually one of 2 new islands that you'll be able to explore with the new update. I have my eye on her in particular because, I mean, look at her. She's a gorgeous, floaty, mermaid-like princess. And despite her delicate appearance, she is the leader of a resistance, so she could also kick your ass. There will be new events like the Moonchase Festival and the first anniversary celebration, where you can get 10 free Intertwined Fate and various other awards just for logging in. And since we're on the topic of gorgeous character designs, MiHoYo also has a newly released game called Tears of Themis if you're interested in something with a more romantic approach. If you're interested, it'll be
pass.
included in the links down below. Thank you so much to Genshin Impact for sponsoring this video. Use my link in the description to get Genshin Impact on your devices and start your fantasy adventure. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. So I'm slowly getting acquainted with this world, doing my quests, fighting slimes and hilly churls, picking up every little mushroom and berry that I come across, and I thought to myself, what exactly is it that draws people to this game so much? I mean, it's really pretty, and the combat's fun, but what exactly is it?
The
that-
waifus.
I didn't know you were such a slacker.
It's the waifus and husbandos for the
Got the power
ladies
to go
too.
up against the dragon.
Whoa! Who the hell is that? He's cute. He's cute. What the hell?
Yeah,
is
wait
so
till you see
his
Zhong
eye
Li.
patch, his long dark hair, his flirty little chest window, and his shirt.
Come on, let's get moving. We're not frozen in place after all.
Is he a pirate?
Why is it every time you see someone with an eye patch, they always assume that they're a pirate?
No, he's not a pirate.
Well,
was gonna say-
didn't know.
Well, I was gonna say-
There's a better
Kate,
backstory.
Kate, I guarantee
to
you,
his
Kate
eye
would
patch
see a
than just pirate.
businessman with like a suit and a tie and everything, but if he had an eye patch, she'd be like, "Yar!
No, there is a
I
pirate
just
captain.
was
lady.
Off to me office, hold me calls, yar!"
There is a pirate queen with an eye patch in the game, though.
Oh, okay.
Hers is more of like a bandana, though. I think.
Ah,
It's Beto. She's actually on my team.
I'm gonna go. I gotta learn how to glide and stuff. Come on, Amber.
Leaving already? See you next time then. Don't make me wait too long though.
Oh my god, I totally get it. I get the appeal.
She's
now.
drooling.
And it isn't even just Kaya.
It's Zhong
Kaya
Li.
is but one of many characters you could potentially fall in love with, which I know isn't really the point of the game at all, but listen to these voices.
No need for small talk. All that matters is that you were safe last night.
I can see how hard you've been working today. Let me think of a way
Librarian
to reward you.
mommy.
We should look for a place to take shelter. I'll be fine.
It's also
We
the
don't
voice
want
of
you catching a cold.
Speedwagon in JoJo's.
I used to think interaction with others was a waste of time. But after meeting you, I'd rather spend my time on you than other matters.
Now, you know what the best part about being a Kaya simp is? He's free! He automatically gets added to your party, and I get to just use him whenever I want. And listen to his
Oh,
voice
jeez.
yeah, I know where this is going.
lines and admire him in all his beauty.
I'm sorry.
His voice
I
lines.
am-
and admire
I'm just gonna say this.
him
He ain't got no ass.
in all his beauty. But you know who else I discovered I
I'm gonna say I feel like if I hugged him, I'd get a paper cut.
really, really like? Paimon. Yeah, you heard me. Paimon. See, even before I started playing Genshin, I
Paimon
was
is
seeing
both
a lot of
lovable
talk
and
on my
hateable
timeline.
at different times.
I'm gonna
Just
say
depends.
I've heard it's both the best part and the worst part
It
of.
is.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes you're literally like, fucking stop talking, Paimon, and other times you're just like, Paimon's the fucking best.
You know, say
She likes
there should
giving
be a
people-
Paimon mute button.
She likes giving jerks ugly nicknames. That's one of my favorite things about her. She's like, I'm gonna have to come up with an ugly nickname for him.
Eventually, she'd run out of ugly nicknames,
But how annoying.
like Super Jerk Face or.
She makes them pretty personal, the person, so she's pretty creative with them.
And say, does she ever go too far? And like, if there's a evil character whose dad died in a horrible accident, it's like, oh yeah, well, Mr. Angry, his dad died in a horrible accident, and all of a sudden it's just like, whoa,
The guy's just like, what the
Paimon.
fuck, man? It's like, what? It's true.
Paimon, we're gonna have to talk whenever we get back to the
No, my
hut.
favorite part recently, so you saw my profile picture earlier. It was like the derpy Paimon face.
Yeah,
so there's a quest where you paint Paimon, and that's if you pick the wrong options on purpose, you can end up painting a derpy Paimon, and she gets fucking mad about it. It's great.
Nice.
Paimon was. But I actually think she's really cute. She asks the dumb questions and she's motivated by food. And honestly, same. So I don't want to see
Same.
any
Same.
Paimon slander in the comments, okay? Because I feel very connected to this character, and if you're shitting on Paimon, you're crapping on me too, okay?
Oh, damn it! Fucking caps lock. There you go.
Okay.
Nope, that's not slander. It's just me being indifferent because I don't play Genshin.
She's adorable. And no, I'm not won over by her because she's a tiny, cute fairy, but that's like 60% of the reason why. She's so stinking cute. Look at her. Don't you just want to gobble her up?
Yes, emergency
went
food.
ahead and got this Paimon plushie. Look at how cute she is.
Oh my gosh.
She's so stinking cute with her little 3 mouth and her big old head. And I figured I'd end up down here one way or another. What the? Chili? You're in this hole too?
Emily, I'm in a lot of different holes.
God, mind your
Phrasing. Phrasing. Okay.
phrasing, Chili, please.
Damn it! That was not
Like
intentional.
she's covering Paimon's ears.
I'm sure a lot of people enjoy the really grindy aspect of the game, where you hack and slash your way to leveling up and becoming an unstoppable force with a team comprised of 4 of the hottest people alive. And yeah, that part is really fun and feels fulfilling, especially when you're finally strong enough to battle the enemies that you kept nervously walking around before. But I find that I really
I've had that
enjoy
recently.
the least combat-heavy
I
story
deleted
quests,
something I used
like
to
the
be
quest
scared
where
of,
you
and I
have
was just like,
Lisa's jongling in a cooking contest, or the one where Lisa takes you all around Mondstadt to find overdue library books, and you get the option to pick different things based on whether you think it'll please her or not, like a little date. Or when you have to be Zhongli's sugar mama for an entire afternoon. I just think it's fun when you get to interact with the characters for longer than one conversation, and you get to experience their unique personalities. Doing little errands in Mondstadt makes me kind of wish I were transported there. Not as an adventurer, but like one of those NPCs at the restaurants. That's how I usually feel whenever I play fantasy-based games like this. Like, wow, I'd like to live here. I don't want to fight monsters or anything. I want to be the NPC that bakes bread and sells it to the people who do fight the monsters.
I'm gonna work
or
at the Good Hunter.
An NPC who lounges around in the castle and makes small talk with the players. The soundtrack is also really, really pretty. I think my favorite right
And there's
now
a
is the
lot
music
of
that
it,
plays
too.
at the Qingyun Peaks. It's the one that I kept humming to myself because it was stuck in my head. But that's probably because I spent eons at the 3 golden bird statue puzzle. It's all I could listen to. Just imagine this beautiful, peaceful,
Pull the
ambient music playing in the background.
I pulled a Chi-Chi. I pulled a Chi-Chi.
Hold on,
I'm
hold
not
on.
feeling
Me
very
listening to this,
good.
me listening to this just on my own.
It's relaxing, isn't it?
And Nate's out.
Oh god. Oh god, I had a nightmare I was playing Genshin Impact. And I was into it even more than Nick is.
You spent $1,000 just to get a C6.
Oh. Ugh.
The sound of, I have to climb that mountain too? Oh, I just got to this one. Oh my god, I don't think I have the stamina for this. I'm not gonna make it. What do you mean I can't jump past this ledge? Why is it blocking me?
Because it
Wait,
sticks
did I
out
already
too
go to that
far.
mountain? Where's the last statue?
Open your map and teleport, quick. It's a cheese.
I don't think she's aware of that cheese strat.
Wondering how much I've sunk into the gacha part of the game. But truthfully, I haven't really at all. Yet. I'll slowly collect the primo gems or occasionally earn a quaint fates and use those to roll, but I'm fortunate that my favorite characters are ones I already own, got for free, or aren't even playable to begin with. I'm not really attached to any other characters enough to desperately roll for them, but to be fair, I'm still catching up to the rest of the story, so that could very well change. If I had to pick one character whose design I liked the most, it'd probably be Kuching. Maybe one day I'll be able to have her on my
She's been my
team.
main for the past few
However,
months
if
until I
Polio
just switched her
ever
out for
came
Kooky.
with, say, some super sparkly pink fairy like magical goddess character, then it'd be over for me. My wallet and I would be done for. But until then, I'm very happy with my Yanfei, Kaya, and Zhongling. Okay, update, editing Emily here. So I decided to buy some Genesis crystals because I wanted that rolling experience, and let's be honest, I'm sure MiHoYo knew that some of the sponsor money was gonna go right back into their game, and I got Ayaka! Woo!
Nice.
So here's that footage.
IK has really strong DPS.
It's
It's gold. It's gold.
I was about to rage if you didn't get that shit. I'd rage for you. Here we go.
Oh, wait, wow. That means I've replaced Kaya.
No, Kaya can back her up.
Man, Kaya.
She's really good, Emily. Like, really good.
But Kaya.
Like, no, she's literally a better version of Kaya. Like, I'm not kidding.
But that's my husband.
She's
That's
literally
her
Kaya,
husband,
but
not
10
Keep
times.
Kaya and use his burst as off-field DPS.
Get rid of that dumbass. Yeah,
Get rid of his basic ass.
fucking loser.
No, I would totally swap out Yan Fei for Ayaka and have that party.
So,
Yan Fei in the trash can. Like, because Xingqiu's too good to take out. Jean's a fine Animo support, so you got a double frost with water. You got a freeze team right there. That's a good freeze team. Like, the only thing you'd want to do is maybe if you pull Sucrose or Kazuha, eventually replace Jean with them, but that's fine. Like, you can keep Kaya and play Ayaka.
Nerd.
I don't give a fuck.
I thought you were.
I've done a
didn't know
fuck
what
ton
you
of
were gonna
research on
say.
this game, man. Like, I had to figure out how to play it. So.
What
He's got-
what N-word did you think I was gonna say, Kate? Jesus.
Next.
I'm not that rude. I'm just giving him shit.
I don't know.
I'm just like, if I wanted to be like, okay, I'd pull the ogre nerd from Revenge of the Nerds. Nerd.
But fun fact is, Xingqiu's on my team. He's actually one of the best 4-stars in the game. He kicks a lot of ass.
Ah.
He's got Genshin notes in that notebook over there.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was doing a side quest where you had to memorize the Knights of Favonius handbook, and I was like, I ain't fucking memorizing this, so I just wrote down the
You gotta
notes.
say those. It's like I knew there were
Dude.
too many pages in there for
Okay,
a lyric.
no,
book.
wait, hang on. You saw my Persona notes.
I know. I'm
The
joking.
notes for Genshin are nowhere fucking close to that. It's like one page for one side quest. Like, I did not make a Persona encyclopedia for Genshin, so it's not as bad. Yeah, but they're 2 pages of the same thing.
Get that free champ out of here, dude. This is a pay-to-win account now.
No, it's my husband.
Also, why were you reading through my notebook, Nosy?
Well, I didn't know what it was. At first, I thought it was like an empty notebook.
It's like, ooh, Nick's journal.
And then I saw a recipe for a drink, and I was like, is there more recipes for drink? And then I came across a Genshin thing, and I was just like, okay, I'm closing this.
Update. I'll probably still be finishing up.
Next thing you know, you read his Genshin fanfic. It's like
Oh, hell no.
It's like, and Hutao.
I saw
enters the room.
Genshin, and I just said, okay, I just
Just like all of
need
a
to
sudden,
look
it's
at
his
this.
fanfic where him and Hutao wind up together.
The main story, since I am pretty late to the party, but I'm looking forward to when I make it that far. You know what the nice thing is about having friends who played the game a year in advance?
They tell you what to do.
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Oh, hey,
The
Didus.
boss.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you.
All right, here we go. Boom, pop.
Damn!
Oh my God, what is
Damn!
We messed up, boys.
Fucking erased.
God dang, Didus.
Thanks again to Genshin Impact for sponsoring this video and giving me an excuse to start this gorgeous game. Hi. Sorry I went kind of radio silent the past 2 months. I recently moved to a new place and I started playing Genshin. I typically don't accept sponsors for games on my channel, but I'm actually really enjoying Genshin so far, even though I'm a total casual player, and I'm really happy that Mihoyo reached out to me. I'd just like to remind everyone, though, that if you choose to roll, please roll responsibly. I know I joke a lot about Kokomi destroying my wallet and everything, but fortunately having a sponsor like this allows me to roll a bit if I so choose to. So, you know, just be careful, have fun with the game, and if you're also playing this game and perhaps a fellow Kaya simp, I would love for you to tweet at me or something so we can gush over his chest window together. And if you want to gush over Xiangling, even better, because I love her the most. Even more than Kaya.
Well, good to see Emery Chu getting into some pretty nice habits. By that I mean, you know, just getting into Genshin and I guess not going completely off the rails with it.
Once you Genshin, you can't Genshout.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy. So again, Genshin's just not for me. It's not really a game that I feel like appeals to me in any way. And as much as I'd like to be on board with, playing it on a regular basis, I don't know. I guess I just don't have the time for it. I don't get time much for anything.
I also have noticed once I started playing it that looking on at the game from the outside, it's not anywhere close to what everybody thinks it actually is. So. Like, even when I watched the Maxor video originally, it didn't come across like what it actually is. And like when I got into it, I was like, holy shit. I was like, there's a really good game here that nobody talks about. Everybody always talks about the fact that it's just a gacha game and there's waifus and all that stuff,
And while there are those things...
And they're like, oh, it copied Breath of the Wild. And it's like, yeah, like one or two mechanics. But they don't talk about like the really amazing writing and story and just the scenic like stuff and, like landmarks and everything that's in it and the lore. It's really like, it's... Besides playing like a CRPG, it's the closest I can think of to like playing through like a D&D campaign in a game that I've seen in a long time. It's like, especially with the way that they do their chapters, because like literally the prologue is fighting a dragon. And then chapter 1 is like fighting a god. So there's like some epic adventures to be had in it, and they don't lack at all for content. So it's pretty cool.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. And honestly...
Don't worry, I have secret plans because Nate wants to play D&D to just write a D&D campaign and disguise it and make it actually Genshin, so he'll have to experience it.
Ladies and gentlemen, our D&D campaign has now been officially canceled. As far as it's concerned in terms of Nick being Dungeon Master. So
Behold the new Dungeon Master.
No, I am not. I'm not a dungeon master.
He's the dungeon master.
But my whole deal was
Jacob could be a good one though, because we played like when we went camping. We played sort of D&D, but like just story oriented or whatever.
I didn't hear who you said. Who?
Jacob.
Oh,
the thing is I talked to Jake about it, and he was like willing to help me come up with like some of the stuff for it, but like he wants to play more than he wants to run one.
Oh.
No, yeah, and honestly, he wanted to do that, and he got on D&D Beyond and got a bunch of shit set up, but I guess whatever happens, and. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's going to do it. Genshin Impact. It's a thing. Enjoy it if you do. But for now, we're going to end it here. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.